the Minotaur, the mermaid, Medusa's menacing stare. Mythology has perplexed humanity for centuries, and same with timeless fashion. What's going on, y'all? My name's Heads Up Display, coming at you from Gonzo Design Works. Today we're going to be talking about timeless fashion and how I believe that it is completely a myth and how personal style truly reigns supreme. Nowadays, when somebody says timeless fashion, you probably think of a more corporate, slim yuppie suit or a simple trench coat and a black leather jacket that screams the gentrification of minimalism. I feel like over the past few years, timelessness has kind of become an aesthetic of its own almost, where people are wearing very simple, muted garments to the point where they can't be pinned to a certain point in history, making them timeless, quote unquote. But I feel like the nature of timeless clothing can extend to more specific aesthetics or specific pieces where people can truly express their taste in a timeless way, or a way that is representative of the zeitgeist, or a way that is representative of their self or personal interests. I think that this take on almost extreme minimalism has given kind of newbies to fashion the false impression that they can just put on simple clothing and that will solve the problem of looking good or styling. But I think that true styling comes from taking an acquired taste that you have personally gathered and then blending that together through clothing that you resonate with. Alright, so you might be pretty new to your style journey where you're trying to figure out what is considered timeless, or you're still gathering this taste, which still, one, takes a lot of time. Two, you need to develop that taste, and there will be a time where your taste outweighs your abilities, so you might not be able to pull off the craziest fits even though you might be into some super sick clothing. But it's all about personal development, personal style, trust the process, be along for the journey. How can you represent yourself to the world if you don't even know who you are, man? Like, we're getting philosophical here. But if you're still in this early stage of figuring out where you want to go with your fashion, there are some aesthetics out there that are considered timeless, where you can kind of use them as a silhouette, like a grayed out character in a fighting game, where if you just use that kind of as your baseline, but then you can go in and shop and buy pieces to fill those gaps, or you can find what you already have in your wardrobe to try and replicate that taste that you're trying to express. But I think that some quick aesthetics could include streetwear, elevated minimalism. I know that I just roasted minimalism, but this is true minimalism, where it's not your H&M jeans with a Uniqlo tee. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but how can you take your personal identity and blend that into the outfit so that it's not just H&M jeans and a Uniqlo shirt? I know that Uniqlo does have some cool graphics and you can express yourself that way. They've done some cool collabs, but more just in terms of little accessories, or especially the fit of your clothing. I think that the fit of your clothing really represents a lot about the styling of it. I think that the fit of the clothing really dictates how it's perceived, how the outfit looks, because if the silhouette looks off, like I said, that grayed out character, if it looks off, then it doesn't quite fit into that mold and it doesn't quite look as timeless as it could. Another one could be punk, Americana, or classic tailoring. Who doesn't look good in a suit? Punk is a little bit off the wall, but I do feel like even if you look at kind of the more out there styles of today, that is heavily influenced by punk. And I really think it can't go out of style because it has had such a heavy influence over so many brands and fashion icons and pieces just in general, that punk also holds a lot of those timeless pieces in it, but different kind of unique variations to make them punk. So like, how can you take blue jeans and make them punk, or how can you take a hoodie and make it more streetwear? Also a list of some specific pieces. If you add these to your wardrobe within that kind of mold, they can really help to elevate your fashion or your style. For example, a white button-down shirt. If you're a lady, a little black dress doesn't hurt to have. Dark denim jeans, I'd recommend getting your hands on some Japanese denim. Shit'll never fall apart on you, I promise. Cashmere sweater, really just a sweater in general. You can really find great different variations of those previous aesthetics I mentioned in that certain style you might be looking for. Next, a leather jacket. You can get super versatile with a leather jacket. But lastly, it's mostly about versatility and functionality. How can you arrange your wardrobe so that most pieces go with the other pieces cohesively to represent the style you're trying to portray? I feel like right now is a great time to be starting your fashion journey too. I feel like the fashion industry is in a super malleable position. I think that especially after COVID and with the domination of social media marketing, fashion is the most accessible it's been to anyone ever. I think that 1, anyone can go and design and make clothes. 2, anyone can go and purchase those clothes if they're on social media or really on the internet. They're most likely getting ads for stuff like that. I think that that kind of era created some kind of cookie cutter trends that a lot of people gravitated towards, and that kind of piqued their fashion interest. And a lot of people also, with COVID, they were locked inside, so had a little bit more time and freedom to experiment with some styles that they might not be more comfortable with. Fashion, also, just like any other creative art form, is entirely subjective, so something that might be timeless to you might not be timeless to somebody else. So ultimately, true personal style and having a signature wardrobe and creating an identity that is considered timeless is more important than just dressing simply to please the eye or to have a facade of what might be deemed as socially acceptable or socially stylish. I think that especially with the reinvigoration of vintage clothing, I think that the argument for timeless clothing is as strong as it's ever been, because people are really going back and wearing old clothes now more than ever. So you can really kind of go and pick and choose what era you want to mix into your wardrobe and what vibe you kind of want to bring to the table. I think that these micro trends also kind of got a lot of people hopping on and off them, but now they're taking their purchases a lot more seriously. I think that it's going to be more about personal expression over these trends that we're seeing. If you want to truly be timeless, you shouldn't be worrying about your wardrobe being timeless. I think that you need to worry about developing your identity so that you are more timeless and that you might be a little bit more iconic. And I think that that's a little bit counterintuitive almost, of if you want to be timeless nowadays, it seems like you kind of have to take the back seat. But I think that with the state of the world, if you have the confidence to do it, I think you can be timeless dressed in whatever clothes you're wearing. Alright y'all, that's gonna be it for today's video. I really appreciate you watching if you made it this far in the video. A little bit of a shorter one today. I'm trying to get more projects up and running. Maybe try to get a gaming video out here soon. I think that that might be some fun. Really just want to be posting content on here that I enjoy doing. Also, if you haven't checked out the brand Instagram already, go and check out the Gonzogram. We got some samples gonna be posting here soon. Gonna be showing off some new ideas, some new projects, new one of ones. Got some cool shit on the way, so go take a peek. You won't regret it. Peace out. God bless.